which were likely to receive support from the volunteers coming from England or Scotland. But at the local level, like what happens even nowadays, we have this, or you can set up something and then the village is going to be paying for it. So it becomes something like voluntary, right? The work that was done voluntarily, it was basically run by volunteers. And when one is a volunteer, I remember at some point I went to look for a job at Orlando, those years back. And when I asked, is there any job opportunity? They said, currently no. He said, can you be a volunteer? We are not sure whether you will give proper services as a volunteer because there is no motivation. But in my heart it was like, yeah, just being given that opportunity to lecture is a motivation for me. But to them, it was like people who volunteer do not give in their best, right? Because they know that others are being paid on the same ticket. You get it? So it's something which would compromise the quality of education for the institution. Okay? So yeah, lack of trained service providers at community level and dependence on volunteer service providers. Then we have lack of trained service providers, of course, yeah, lack of ownership from the community members. This one is very important. Lack of ownership from the community members. If the community does not own the program, Manusa, you have lost it all. Would you give an example of the goodness of ownership of the program? When you own your school, you don't compromise on coming late, on passing or failing. You don't compromise to fail. When you own your school, you make sure that you do what it takes to be a school. Right? So there was lack of ownership from the community members. And the study recommended that there was need for the development of a clear institutional framework for the delivery of early childhood development services. Clear institutional framework. 1. 2. That there was need for the development of a training program for early childhood development. Personnel that would be coordinated and delivered by the Association of Preschool Playgrounds in Malawi with the support from the government. Okay? With the support from government. Then there was also need to increase funding towards the implementation of early childhood development services in Malawi. Where would the funding come from? Government. Where would the funding come from? Non-governmental organizations, World Vision, UNICEF already said it, the World Bank will have come in, USAID will have come in, right? So as a result of these recommendations, in 1989, following the coming into force of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, UNESCO supported a national seminar on early childhood development. as a community-based parent-child care group administered by parents and the community at large. You get that one? UNESCO supported a national seminar on early childhood development that mapped out a situation analysis on early childhood development services in Malawi. So the aim of the seminar was to disseminate the findings of the study and to call for actions for vulnerable children. What would we do with the vulnerable children? Now let's look at the definition for the CBCC, Community-Based Care Centers, CBCC. This was the community-based parent-child care group that was administered by parents and the community at large. That's why it's called Community-Based Child Care Center. It was a community-based parent-child care group administered by parents and the community. That's using the principle. So it takes a village to raise a child. That was the principle. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. What does this imply? Together we raise a child. Alone, you destroy the child. I agree. It takes a village to raise a child. And your mind. Any questions so far? It takes you and me and the others to raise a child. Why not me alone? Can't I manage to raise my own child? Why should the community be involved? Why should the village be involved? Yes, guys. Let's go. As if you're very tired.
The community helps providing activities to the child. Also, the community may help the child education and earning in school.
Is it true that the community could be contributing resources for my child under normal circumstances in these communities? Mm.
Looking at their responsibility. If the child is staying in their community, they have that responsibility for the child. Yeah.
Maneno kuti mwana wa brother wanga mabali ndiye kumana kuti if there is no one who will help, who contributes here, simuiona ndio. And then some of us were asking, is he money from our pocket? So no, you have to help. You have to help. Mpaka na mimi saidiza kama tu mwana mpote. Basically, when we say it takes a village to raise a child, what does raising a child mean? Those days, it was like when I find you under a tree with a ball, I will whip you immediately. I will punish you instantly. A child does something wrong, and I'm not its real mother or father, I will whip or discipline instantly. They are over everyone who is of our society, and we would look at them as our guardians. So it's like wherever I am, society is looking at me. My parents are looking at me through the community members, through the village members. Because everyone is, I am accountable to everyone. Not these days when you say, you are not my father, you are not my mom, you are not my brother, you can't tell me anything. No. Those days it takes a child, it takes the whole village to raise a child. So it's like collective responsibility. We are working together for the good of everyone, for the good of the community. Okay? Good. Very good. Let's look at the objectives of the community-based child care. Objectives of the community-based child care centers. One of the main objectives was to evolve a self-sustaining community. To evolve a self-sustaining community-based child care system. To evolve a self-sustaining community-based child care system. Was to evolve a self-sustaining community-based child care system in order to improve the life expectancy of children at birth. In order to improve the life expectancy of children at birth. So this involved, one, equipping mothers with appropriate basic knowledge, child care and growth. This involved, one, equipping mothers with appropriate basic knowledge in child care and growth. Yeah. This involved equipping mothers with appropriate basic knowledge in child care and growth. 2, improving child nutrition. Improving child nutrition, stimulation and development. Improving child nutrition, stimulation and development. 3, developing interlinkages between the community and government and other services. Developing interlinkages between the community and government and other services. Then D, mobilizing community and social action. Mobilizing community and social action. Okay? So those were the main objectives. So these were the 4 main objectives of the community-based child care. Okay. Do you think they were doable objectives? Do you think they were doable objectives, achievable objectives? Improving child nutrition, stimulation and development, equipping mothers with appropriate basic knowledge on child care and development, developing interlinkages between the community and government and other services, and then mobilizing community and social action. Then we look at the principles of the community-based child care. Principles. Okay, so there were 2 main principles on which the success of the project was dependent. There were two main critical principles. 1, community participation, and 2, multi-sectoral approach. 1, community participation, and 2, multi-sectoral approach. 1, community participation. 2, multi-sectoral approach. Multi-sectoral approach. Now, how would you explain community participation? How would you understand community participation? Have you ever heard of family involvement? What does it mean? Family involvement. Okay. Who's on that? So there are other people that do not take part in the affairs of the family, then we say they do not participate. They do not contribute anything to the family affairs. So if we have got a fund that contributes to the welfare of the family, sometimes there are issues of paying for distress fees, right? For the family. And then you would see that there are others, one or two, who may not be responsible enough. They want you start labeling them. Such and such a person does not contribute positively to the welfare of these families. And sometimes we may end up sidelining them because they're not contributing. Right? So when we talk about community participation, now, yes, I've answered for you, so you answer this one. Let's not say in all. Let's try to particularize them. Yes. If you're talking about the psychological aspect, where exactly does the community come in to help the child? If you are talking about the social aspect, where does the community come in to help the child? Okay? So this means that the community is involved right from the inception through the community identifying the project as its own idea to solve its own children's problems. If we have engaged in helping the child as a community, there are projects. We need to come in to help, just like they do in schools. Nowadays, if you want a community project, we cannot give you a project without us determining what you have done on the ground. Foundation, have you done that? So that as we are coming with cement, we are coming with builders because we need to pay them. And in some instances, if you have got builders among the village or community members, let them be there. Food you can be contributing as a community. If you to get if you to get cement, so you are fully involved. So that when that project is complete, you say, this is our own making. It depends when somebody is destroying it, when it's you who actively participated in the job. Community participation. Okay? So there was a need to establish a CBC group in each community. Decision making in the day-to-day running had to be in the hands of these people through committees. They had to come up with committees that would show much more of owning the program. But when we're talking about my Mount Central approach, this meant that the extension workers from different organizations had to work as a team. Now, sector approach. Different extension workers from different organizations work as a team. Okay? No one had to provide services in isolation. Why? We need to work together because our goal is the child's well-being. That one is our goal. Okay? So it's like in a family. It's just a bit nowadays that when we are living in town and it's me, my wife, my children, or me and my children, or me and my wife, me and my husband. Life is there. If there are others coming to visit, it doesn't sound well. But to the extent that children say, asking, Mommy, Daddy, where is this one sleeping? Not in my bed, right? Those days, children were taught good manners. And they knew that if a little going to sleep, we will sleep on the chair. The visitor is the one who sleeps, but it's vice versa now. How are the children taught? So, different organizational sectors have to work together. Okay? Have to work together in order to make sure that the child is well protected. Any questions? Before we look at the organizational structure of the child care-based centers, community-based, care centers. So, on the structure of the community-based child care center, we have children at the top. The child is on top. We have parents. We have center management committee. Center management committee. We have area extension workers. Area extension workers. We have district level. Up to area extension workers. Okay. Now, the children aged from conception up to 6 years. And these were the main beneficiaries from 0 of conception up to 6 years. The parents or community are supposed to organize, run, and support the delivery of child care services in the group. Child care services, organize and run and support delivery of child care services in the group. Run and support the delivery of child care services in the group. And the Center Management Committee. was made up of parents and village committee members. Parents and village committee members. It was made up of parents and village committee members. So these were elected by the community. The parents and village committee members were elected by the community to look into the smooth running of the CPC. To look into the smooth running of the CBCC. Then we had area extension of workers. Area extension workers. These are all government and non-government extensions as well. All government and non-government extensions as well. In the area, in the project area, such as health, agriculture, social workers, non-governmental organizations, community-based organizations, and many others. So they are expected to provide their services for the benefit of the child care groups. They are expected or they were expected to provide their services for the benefit of the child care groups. Okay? Good. So the community-based organizational structure at all levels of the Malawi society were designed as follows. So that was now the larger picture. We had the district, the regional, and central level. District level, regional level, central level. Okay. Now, let's quickly look at on a lighter note, activities that the CBC were doing. We know basically they were looking at the needs of the child. The needs of the child. What was the emphasis on the needs of the child? Antenatal care. To make sure the children attend antenatal care. To make sure the children attend antenatal care. Two, nutrition, child feeding was very important. Nutrition, child feeding, very important. Then we have child growth monitoring. Child growth monitoring. Apart from child growth there was also detection of diseases, both minor and major. Detection of diseases, both minor and major, and repair them to health authorities. Detection of health, detection of diseases, both minor and major, and refer them to the health facility. Okay. Then there was also immunization, the issue of immunization. All this was reminding the health of the child. Okay. Apart from immunizations, we also had child minding and care. Child minding and care. Thinking for the child. Caring for the child. No, that's on child minding and care. Okay. Then we had also stimulation. Child stimulation. Then socialization. Socialization. Apart from socialization, the last one was creative play. Creative play. Okay? Now, can we quickly go through antenatal care, nutrition, feeding, child growth, and how important are these activities? Why did CDC choose these activities? What do you think? You don't think anything? You don't think anything?
Well, you have been caring for children.
Antenatal is how caring, because all of them are generally looking at helping to care for the child. So antenatal wise, how? What does it talk about? This is when the woman is pregnant, right? And we're saying life begins from conception, right? And the child inside growing of college has to be taken care of. So we are first taking care of emotionally, socially, physically, so that we support in the life of the child in you. So basically, if we have inquiry before we got pregnant, now that you are pregnant, you find your man is like he has to reduce himself. It's not that I cannot love you, but there is something in your carrying which deserves good life, good health. Then I'm a foster. Because you know that you cannot be slapped. Nothing can happen. You cannot do anything. Otherwise, if anything, you are busy taking the stomach, you try so that beat me. So much care is needed during this period. Talking about nutrition, child feeding, it can also be connected to antenatal care. Yeah? Why? When you are alone, nutrition just go direct to you. That's what happens.
The child needs to be they need to be properly fed.
They need to be properly fed.
Yes.
Why?
For them to
How? So we're talking about different types of food which give energy and good health. A woman cannot go to labor who has no energy. She's going to die. So feeding is very important. Now here we're talking about child nutrition, child feeding. Is it feeding the stomach when the child is in the mother's womb? Is it feeding afterwards? Both of it, right? Yes. The child needs to feed. And feeding well, not just feeding. Because the child needs good health. Okay? Then we have child growth monitoring. Why should it become the activity of the child-based, community-based care centers? Child growth monitoring. You understand by child growth monitoring, right? You do. Hey, stop doing that. Don't ever do that again. The child breaks something, you are on the child. You see this? No. In some instances, yes. Right? It's important to monitor the growth of the child because you may end up losing the child at a tender age. Go and do this alone, you send the child to enter from your own phone. The child will end up being banned. Who has caused the accident? It's you. Because the child needs close-up monitoring as the child is growing up. Otherwise, you end up regretting not having done your part as a community. The kind of monitoring that is being done at community level here is Manawanza Udwa. Even if you are not a biological parent. And so that's what we're saying. What is that slogan again? What is that slogan for the community? Where the child is taken care of by the whole community. It takes a village to raise a child. Okay? It takes a village to raise a child. This is very important. Very, very important. Alright. Any questions? College.
Detection of disease.
Detection of diseases. What is to detect? No, you said detection of diseases. So I said, what is to detect? There's something here. Okay? Come, you see. There are enemies coming, and our machines are able to detect that there's an enemy around. They are able to, foresee something around. Okay? Detect. Which is around here. There are some machines which are able to detect enemies. There are some machines like the computer is able to detect an error when you have spelled a word wrong, right? It will highlight red or green or red, blue, like that. So that's detection. Ability to find out what is wrong or what. So detect diseases both minor and major. The community has got that ability, responsibility to detect diseases. Okay? How would a mother detect minor injuries or major injuries, diseases of the child? How do you do that? How can the community detect major or minor diseases? When you are closely monitoring the child, it's very easy to know whether the child has a problem or not. Sometimes when your mother is just maybe sitting close to you or next to you, looking at your eyes, that's not how my daughter is. Sometimes you know, feeling it. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. And eventually you find the person is not feeling fine. Okay? So, yes. Mothers and communities have got that upper hand to detect the diseases, early signs of diseases, and refer them to the health facility as quickly as possible. Immunizations, you know that, right? What immunizations do preventing the unforeseeable diseases. Then we have child minding and care. I'll explain a little bit. We know. We're already talking about child care. The child needs the care of the community members. Children want recognition. When you are dealing with children, you need to show them love. You need to also direct them because there are two actions. Okay? So if you do not provide proper guidance to them, they go astray. and you'll be the one to blame. Child marriage. It's unfortunate nowadays that we're seeing a lot of issues of family separation, divorce, at the expense of the children, because you and me have failed to resolve our own issues. And so, for selfish reasons, everyone goes the other way, the other one goes the other way. But there's a chance there. The children. What do you do? You are not sure whether when you get married to the man who wants the children. I'm not sure when I was married to the woman who loves my children. So you are basically putting these children in an unknown situation or circumstance. Which one would be better? What do you think? If you have got one child and then you cannot remain unmarried, you need someone that can support you. What would be the ideal situation? Then, stimulation. There are certain activities that we would do in order to steer up the mood of the child. Sometimes being on one place for a long time is not sound for a child. They need to release that energy. And others, if they have not played enough, you will find that they fail to sleep because they still have energy. We need to make them do a lot of activities so that as they go home, they are tired. There are certain activities which bore them. If you talk of academic activities, but put them on the sitting rooms, let them start watching some cartoons. Until they get tired, that's when they'll sleep on it. Another aspect is socialization. Still, you need to make sure that you put them in an environment which is social. As is the way, don't every time, don't do this, don't do that. That is why sometimes it's important to raise children in your own house. Because somebody's house is like, they bend one and they are big with that. You end up hitting the children, you know, because of your incapability to give them a proper home. They need to socialize with friends of the age group. Otherwise, if you make a mistake of socializing with them with the age group, the different age group, then you are spoiling, destroying them. Because they'll be busy talking about boyfriend things, the child is listening. They capture that, and to them, that's what is wrong, because that is what is around them. Tablanaka concept, John Law, says that a child is affected by the environment in which he or she grows up from. Every child is born at an empty slate, an empty bucket. But the kind of an environment in which he is brought up, she is brought up, will determine what imprint he will grow up with. Okay? Then we have creative play. Let play not just be play. Let play be educative. Let play be relevant to the kind of life that we want this child to become, the kind of profession that we want this child to become. It has to be relevant and in line, creative play. Is it the play that is going to steer the mind of the child to be active in mathematics, to be active in which subject? Very important. And it becomes very interesting when you see such children coming out and performing and becoming the best students later on. Next time when we meet, we'll look at how community-based care centers were started. How community-based care center group was started. You remind me next week, I have forgotten the forms for signing, so I'll sign next week. I think have I time? No. So I call it a day.
One objective. We have only one.
4. We have 4 objectives.
Oh, so. Okay.
There's ABCD. Yes.
So I didn't know that before. No. Yeah. No?
Mwanapanga cheki na kweli. Mwambie cheki na kweli utakwenda huko.
Nabila
Mbabila mbona wewe?
zote zote ninatangaza ndani.
Kama tu hizi balibeo. Hizi balibeo. Oh. Nyesha ndio hapo. Wale waziri kama yeye. So we meet again on Friday. So what?
On Tuesday, he didn't come.
Weekend. Oh, you guys are fond of exchanging, yes?
No.
Yeah.
And my friend was going to watch the film. But when you back